This is Geek Public Radio right here on geekpublicradio.com. I am Topher, and with me, as always, is Crazy Chris.
Yo, yo, yo!
And today we're talking about a game. I when I first heard about it, I was not sure.
Skeptical.
Yes. But the more I've been seeing, the more interested I am. And the fact that it's going to be available on Game Pass day one makes it even cooler. And yes, we're talking about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. But before we get into that, check out Geek Public Radio, geekpublicradio.com, where you can find all of our videos, all of the other stuff, all of the little podcast stuff that we make, articles, the whole 9 yards. They're available right there at geekpublicradio.com.
Yeah, believe it or not, we're not just sexy voices coming through your ear holes.
I'm not even a sexy voice.
We also have sexy words for your eye holes. So you can check out some of the articles that we've written. Topher more than myself, but I got a couple of them up on there that I'm pretty proud of as well. Some reviews, stuff like that. So you guys make sure you go onto geekpublicradio.com and check us out. Also, if you guys happen to be listening to us or watching this on YouTube, then make sure you click the like button, click the subscribe button, and then ring that lingy-dingy bell, ring the dingy-lingy, whatever it is. There's a bell. Click it and make sure that you get notified every single time that we
click
go
the button.
Make the button clicky noise. All right. So, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Yes. I'm still skeptical. I've seen and it's only because of the guy behind it, man.
Well, he's just the executive producer.
We have established in prior videos that the executive producer is responsible for everything that happens on set and in a video game. That's just the way it works.
Well, we didn't say in a video game.
I don't care. I'm saying
but
in a video game.
If we're talking about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and it's coming out, it is a
first-person shooter? Question mark?
First-person
action game.
Yeah, because you have like the combat stuff, then you have puzzles.
F-pack.
You have puzzles and stuff like that. Just so like you have to pick up stuff and move it over, and
almost like Myst.
Kinda.
Yeah. Or
but you're Indiana Jones.
Raven. Was it Riven?
Riven.
Yeah, Riven and Myst. Myst came first, and then it was Riven.
Yeah.
But very similar to that, like in that style vein. But you get like a whip, pistol, get some other cool stuff. So they're all the classic Indiana Jones accoutrements.
But I mean, this is coming from Bethesda, Xbox, and Lucasfilm Games.
I'm just assuming that it's going to be completely full of bugs and that I'm going to like whip through somebody's head.
Right, but that's the idea is at least Lucasfilm Games and Xbox normally put out okay.
It's going to be a glitch fest. I refuse.
Just by having Bethesda.
Just by having the game could be perfect. It could never have a single bug, but the second you slap Bethesda Softworks on the freaking title entry or the title card, boom, instant bugs all over the place because it just works.
I like the art. We have the article from Games Radar up on the screen, and it says,
I'm sorry, I mistakenly called them bugs. I meant features. Sorry.
Following the first gameplay reveal on January 18th, we finally have some firm details on the original story being built in collaboration between Bethesda.
And the firmest of details that we can offer you is that it will be full of features.
Well, before we get into this, why don't we just watch the trailer?
Yeah, let's watch the trailer. Let's watch this.
All right.
Let's see what we got here.
What you are missing.
Let me tell you about you that you didn't know.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Why does he look like the guy from the last movie?
Probably intentional. Can you pause for just like 1 second?
Maybe.
Maybe. No? Okay. I just want to accuse that dialogue right now. Indiana Jones's life had meaning. And to accuse him of not having meaning is silly to me. Nice headbutt, though. That was clean.
See, Lucasfilm Games. It looks
That's the only
pretty.
reason I'm happy.
It looks pretty.
It's on Gen 5 software. It better look pretty.
Like, this is what I'm talking about, like the puzzles and whatnot.
Yeah.
There's different ways to interpret the past.
And it's not voiced by...
It's not Harrison Ford.
No.
But it's a guy that's trying to sound like Harrison Ford.
Close.
Yeah.
It's close to a younger Harrison Ford.
A little bit. It's similar enough, I suppose.
But yeah, this is the Riven part where you're like grabbing cogs and putting them back and trying to do all that.
Pull the lever, Gronk!
I like how they have Oh, what was his name?
It looks fun. It said, "Watch me. I'm gonna run away from my problems." Good message. Indy's got a drinking problem.
Throughout history,
And it's like the snake. It wasn't snakes. It was a spider. He normally doesn't have problems with spiders.
He doesn't mind spiders. It's the snakes.
Yeah,
Why does it have to be snakes?
perfectly aligned circle.
and he does sound close.
It's pretty decent. Like I said, it's decent, but you can tell it's a guy trying to sound like Harrison Ford. It's good action, though. It's
Right.
pretty fun.
I love that cut in the trailer where it pulls him forward and punches him, and gonna punch it changes to another guy, and it changes to a different guy that he's punching in a different set.
It's awesome.
That's a great jump cut. And
That's no.
yeah.
No, I refuse.
Protector the great circle.
They used the title of the game. Ah!
Yay!
They said the
This is
thing.
my favorite part.
Do you have any idea how old that was?
That's pretty good.
That's my favorite. You don't have any idea how old that was.
It's a very Indiana Jones-esque thing to say, right? Like middle of about to kill a guy, and he's like, "Dude, are you serious? I was gonna kill you fast before, but now it's gonna be slow."
It's like throwback to the one who's like, "Oh, did you?" And like, "Oh no," and he's like, "Yeah, my head hurt, or my head's fine, or whatever." He's like, "No," and he picks it up the vase or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, it's a it's a reproduction," and he throws it, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine too, Dad."
Yeah. Anyways, well, I mean, it looks good, but so did Starfield's trailer. Looked great, and so did Elder Scrolls 5 remastered part 7, 8, 9. I don't know. I think they're on 36 at this point, but whatever.
See, I played Starfield. I'm still playing Starfield. I run around. I do get a kick out of some of those games.
I can't bring myself to download Games Pass on my PC. So I'm like, I'm living vicariously through others.
The problem with it is if your computer or whatever you're putting it on isn't good enough,
yeah,
you will lag in the there will be one stop and it'll just keep I literally had to just play it on the Xbox.
Is that bad, huh?
The PC, like I said, my computer was not apparently good enough, even though I was past their specs, that it got to this one spot, and every time that you run into, if you can make it past that spot, then you can play it on the computer and do whatever. It was that one spot that everybody was getting kicked out on, and that was where I got kicked out on. So I just hopped over to the Xbox and
never had a problem
on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me feel better for not downloading it, because apparently it's like 147 million gigs.
Well,
so
most modern games are like 100 and some odd gigs. It's ridiculous.
It's all the extra updates that just make it worse too.
Right.
It's like, oh, we're gonna download a 68 gig update. I'm like, why?
It's like, oh, I just installed this 200 gig game, and now I have a 70 gig
day one update of 70 gigs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I am tentatively
Thanks, Obama.
excited to check it out. I'll just put it that way.
I'm looking forward to it. Like I'm looking at it like it's been confirmed.
I'm so pissed
2024.
off about the Dial of Destiny. I mean, it was a freaking movie about soap. And then you had freaking the Crystal Skull before that. Like, they have butchered the IP so poorly, so badly. At this point, I'm like, I can't get excited about anything Indiana Jones anymore. They've ruined it.
Right.
And so I see that. I know it's a game. I know it's a different medium.
What I like though is that it's thrown back. It's not the old guy that they ruined.
Yeah.
Like, rather than giving him
The cars,
rather than giving him a good send off, they had to bring him back and make his life miserable and show like everything fell apart and how he's just not, being a manly man is bad. And
God. Oh yeah. I'm just glad there's a man now that can take over the mantle of Indiana Jones. I dubbed the Indiana Jones Jr. It's terrible. Like, even the gruff voice doesn't match the dialogue. Like, well, we need to talk about our feelings to make sure that we're evocating the proper response. And having you can't shoot the guy because he took your TV. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, no. So, but Machine Games is set to has set Indiana. I talk for living.
Are you
This is
good?
ridiculous. No, I'm apparently having a stroke.
Do we need to do a big reset?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Machine Games has set the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle release date for 2024. They haven't really came down and give us a firm game date yet. But as you saw in the trailer, like it has, like I like the puzzles.
Oh, for sure.
I
think
like
that'll be
the
a cool
first person
yeah.
aspect of it, where it like punches out, like you do something and it punches out and you show you like the cutscene or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Cool
it punches back in and does.
It's
That's a cool take on
it's
an
a
indie game.
cinematic first person adventure game or action adventure game, probably.
Like it literally, like I like the idea because this is the first time you've seen an Indiana Jones game like this.
Correct. Yeah, because the last one, there's been several, but the most recent one I can remember, I think, was on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, but they've never been.
Well, no, they've never been first person. But yeah. So
Yeah.
I think assuming the role, which I'm sure collectively they don't have to pay the likeness of Harrison Ford that much money because he's not on screen for very long. Show the back of somebody's head. It's like, anyways. No, I'm like I said, I'm tentatively excited. I think this will be a cool foray. And ultimately, I think the success of this game will determine whether or not they continue to try to make Indiana Jones-esque style movies. I'm trying to. I feel like there was another Indiana Jones game not terribly long ago, and it's
Lego.
bothering me.
Probably the Lego game.
Yeah, I remember that one, but that was all the Lego games were fun, oversaturated but fun.
There has been a few, like it was like Sands of something, and
yeah, Great Circle. Hold on, I'm looking this up because I'm curious now. I'm sorry, guys, bear with us. All Indiana Jones games. Here we go. The Staff of Kings, I think. Is that the one that I'm thinking of? Nope, that's nope. Hold on. Bless. Infernal Machine?
that was another one.
That was it. That's the one I'm thinking of, the last 3D one that I was thinking. That's Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. That's what I could not remember. Yeah. But that, I mean, shoot, that was back in 99, so that's a while back. But yeah.
Right.
I said I knew there was one that was in the 3D landscape, but I just couldn't remember.
So it's not an Indiana Jones thing unless people have problems.
Well, yeah.
So their problems are the same they have with the movie. Was the female sidekick seems to be more
The
of
strong,
a spotlight, more of the
gosh.
thing or whatever. I don't know. All we've seen is that section. I can't.
That gameplay seemed to focus primarily on Indiana Jones and cool action sequences.
Right, but of course,
jumping
that could
from
be
a wing plane, or from the wing of a plane to the wing of another plane, which, while super hyper unrealistic, which it's a video game, so I'm not really expecting my realism there, but it's still one of the things. It's
this
like,
is
really?
From the franchise that the guy survived an atomic blast
by hiding in a fridge, right? Yeah. That's fair.
Of course, like people are like, well, the fridges back then were made out of, like, had lead lines, so they would keep things colder.
Yeah, I don't care. I care not. That just
radiation.
No, we're not doing this. We're not getting in the middle. Shockwave, possibly. Like, you could survive the shockwave, sure.
Well, radiation because
blast,
it's lead, but like you would be beat around that thing.
Yeah,
you would just be a giant bruise.
You'd be a meat popsicle.
At the best, you'd be a giant bruise. Like,
yeah.
If everything happened and the heavens smiled down upon you, you would be bruised.
I mean, I would take a
a
giant bruise over, the bones from Terminator 2. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the Sarah Connor scene. Like, I would take that all day. Which is not even how that would happen. It's still funny though. It is actually one of the most iconic moments in cinema history. It is pretty awesome. But yeah, it's one of those things where
I'm gonna have to see more stuff
for sure. And like I said, having the female protagonist have some strength to her, and we've got Laura Croft, right? We don't need that from our Indiana Jones. I don't need a strong female protagonist in an Indiana Jones flick or a game. I have
Right.
Lara Croft for that, right? I played Tomb Raider because she kicks ass and she's awesome.
And then they've adjusted Lara Croft for modern audiences. So
Thank goodness, because if I have to look at giant pixelated guns ever again, I'm gonna be really upset.
yeah, now they're just small pixelated guns.
Right now they're much smaller.
On that note, I am Topher.
I'm Crazy Chris.
We will see you guys in the next video.
Peace.